to The Promised Neverland. The
All right.
Promise of 1,000 Years Part 2.
Hey, yo,
So,
Gramps, you still here, right? Just being sure.
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So these niggas is hoes. The Rary clan is some hoes, man. And
Yep.
the demon god is petty
Basically.
as fuck.
Yep.
So I think my biggest question for you guys is like, when y'all heard Emma make that promise, did you guys go like, what the fuck? Because I went like, they definitely seemed like they was hyping it up, like they really thought about this promise.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm just
dude.
like, knowing that the Demon
Yeah.
King is a dick, like why did they say that? Like I'm interested to see how they're gonna play the like smart aspect to this promise. Like I feel
Yep.
like there's layers to it, but like the what she said, I'm just like, yeah, this doesn't fix anything. like, what are you
And
gonna do?
and and my thinking is, okay, so she just made two wishes. So that means he's gonna make two requests in response to that. She's gonna get fucked
Mm-mm.
twice by this decision.
Right? And I keep forgetting that in the very beginning they said this nigga was on that with them anyways, because I think Sungju said it when they left the cave. He had
Hmm.
said like, "Oh yeah, they would think they're going to make this promise, but Buddy's not even on their side." So it's like, well, and now we know for sure he's a dick because he was like, "Oh, you trying to free all your humans, Rary clan? Nah, you just stay there and guard the passage." But what I did think was interesting that I called from the chat before too was that those four people we saw were like the original humans, because I was like, dude looked like Emma, main dude looks very similar to Emma, that quiet dude looks like Ray, like we got a black dude in there, and that big dude looks like Adam. So I'm like, oh, these probably the original niggas, and they was like, yep, we just making y'all the first cattle niggas. So
That's right. Yeah.
I'm
Pretty
not gonna
much.
lie though, I didn't see them being the. I thought that they were actually gonna make it back to the human world.
that's what I thought too.
It's like, sorry.
That's why I was like, oh shit.
So who made it across? Like them, the main niggas, basically like what a few basically regular peasant humans basically made it across to the other side, if that.
Oh
Exactly,
well,
and they probably.
these kids were like the ones. Well, I'm saying kids, but I'll say adults. The actual soldiers they took to beat cattle. I mean, that's just like the base, right? For pretty much like all the cattle children that happened afterwards. But
Yeah.
I mean, like you still got like the thousands of humans that were still alive that was able to just chill in the human world right now.
Yeah.
So that's probably safe to say that you pretty much have a decent mixed human society going on in the human world right now.
Mm. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I think Norman got Rary blood in him. Like
Oh yeah,
knowing this
based on how
now,
they looking.
I was hoping you
yeah.
wouldn't say that. I was hoping
Knowing
you
this
wouldn't say
now,
that.
I'm thinking he's a Rary somehow.
I
I
was
can
hoping
I
you
can
wouldn't say that shit.
Why
I
do
can
you
see
think?
it.
Do you die agree with it, Graves?
I don't want to. Ratchet is way too dirty, man.
Yeah.
Way too fucking dirty.
I mean, at
I
the
don't.
same time, when you think about like how Norman's been thinking this entire time, he's the mother effer that's like, I need to
He's
get the job done. I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to get the job done. The only
yeah.
thing that's really stopped him is Emma. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it lines up with Ratri's thinking.
Also, if you think about like the way kids are so far, how many Norman looking kids do we really see? We've definitely seen like dark skinned kids. We got Don, Phil, and this Winston dude. Adam, they've been shown to be like more of them. Emma, I would say, yeah, we probably haven't seen much of her. But I'm like trying to think through. I don't really know if I could say that any of the kids seem like they come from like a Norman template, so to speak. So
Oh.
maybe they use
Wait,
them as
actually,
like the
low
higher
key.
quality meat.
What about what about the chick with the dual gats? That was like
Oh,
about all
Jillian,
the fighting.
that's
She
possible.
was blonde, right? If I
Yeah.
remember.
Because to be honest, actually, now that I think about it, it actually makes more sense that if they're the four original, knowing that they were also the four leaders of that clan, they're probably the best quality meat out there. So all the farms are probably using, like the high quality farms, probably use them as a template. So they're like using that DNA because they're like, oh, this is like the best meat we have. So they have the highest potential of bringing quality because they were like the best of the humans basically. And then the rest of the niggas, like the basic niggas, are just whoever else they capture.
Well, we definitely know Phil was a black guy in the crew.
Yeah, and that Winston dude looks just like that black dude in the crew too.
Yeah, he does.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil, bro. But nah. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, and I was just gonna reiterate that, like, I mean, unless there shouldn't be. Well, I was gonna say if there's some kind of translation error, but based on how this is worded for this promise, it seems too basic. Like it seems too easy. Like there's just no way this can be it. There's got to be more. There's got to be more. I mean,
so I was also thinking of one thing. If the demons are supposed to give, we'll just call him God or some shit. If they're supposed to give him the ultimate meat, quote unquote.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that supposed to be Norman or Ray or Emma?
Yeah.
In that situation?
Yeah. I would say that.
So if this God dude never receives them, doesn't that mean that the demons betrayed on their promise and they're supposed to receive some kind of consequence on their end?
Unless this thing is actually a cycle, meaning they allowed Emma to get to this promise because she is the meat that they're gonna gift to him. So it's kind of like they still kept the promise because Emma's there. So he's gonna be like, oh well, I could eat you because he was basically like, oh, you made it here. Like I don't think Norman would have made it there either, honestly. And Ray almost made it there, but like I basically like, oh, you made it here, so you're there. Like the Ratry clan had to make it there with help.
True.
She just did it. Like she figured out the riddle and shit. So I think he's, as much as I feel like at first I thought she was gonna get eaten and then I thought she wasn't because I was like, oh, maybe it doesn't make sense. Now I'm leaning more towards like he's gonna say like, yeah, I want to eat you. Pause.
I mean, yeah, to agree with you. I mean, even it was either the chapter before or 2 chapters before, he literally called her like delicious or something, if I remember right. Like he made like some kind of food comment when describing her or Ray. It was one of the two. So no, I knew homie was still eating humans somehow. But I mean, if he actually said, I will grant your wish, he's not stupid. He's gonna find some way to still eat humans. I mean,
Yeah.
like I don't see that not happening. So I don't know. It's gonna get deeper because I mean, homie not stupid. Like he's actually like legit smart.
Yeah.
So like it's just about to go down. And unless they're gonna like play with the rules itself of the promises to like why this guy can't eat Emma or can't eat any more humans, I'm curious to see, but I don't know. They better have something else because I feel like this ain't gonna be enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm curious on how they're gonna finesse this promise thing. That's really like what's drawing me to read the next chapter.
Yeah.
How the fuck are they gonna finesse this one?
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm ready to rate it if you guys are.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I'm not missing nothing else.
Well, would y'all want to make theories right now on what y'all think his
gonna be
request will be?
What?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Before I didn't really have a good idea, but I liked your theory, Gramps, about the fact that they asked for 2 wishes, so he might ask for 2 things in return. So I'm playing with that idea, but part of me thinks he's gonna ask to eat Emma. And then besides that, I'm thinking of like the dickest thing that he could really make her do because technically, like, her wish isn't one that like her wish kind of like sticks herself. Like she's closing the barrier so that it doesn't need a guard. And like I don't know how he can like be a dick with this wish basically to
I
that
know
where
how.
she doesn't. Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you give yours then.
I know how he can be a dick.
Go
This
ahead.
will be the ultimate dick move.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna read right out loud what her requests were. First, she wants all the cattle children to cross over to the human world, and after that, for it to be completely impossible to pass between the two worlds. So,
Mhm.
assuming that that is the only thing that happened, it would be impossible for the demons to get to humans, right?
Yeah.
What if he said, okay, so before I can do that, I would like for all of the demons to also cross over to the human world.
Oh damn. So just start all that shit all over again? They're
Yep.
kind of fucked up.
So
Well, they
basically,
definitely
yes,
winning.
everybody's in the human world, and there's also no way to get back.
So it's just a dead world basically. Yeah, it was the
Yes.
original world at some point.
Oh,
It's kind of fucked up.
And
That's
huh.
interesting.
the cycle continues.
Mm. Yeah, I was wondering if he would find a loophole in the fact that they escaped the farm, so they're no longer cattle children. So it would be like everybody that's cattle children is gone, but y'all niggas got to stay because you're no longer cattle children. Like you've escaped the farm. So like Norman's crew, nope, y'all niggas staying. Like Emma, all these other kids are staying. The only ones in the farms is gone.
The
That's what I
only
thought.
ones that
And
would
then
the only ones that would stay are the Ratry
yeah, I know
and
they would
their
stay for
forces.
sure, but I was like, he could be a dick and say, technically, you guys aren't cattle children anymore because you escaped, like y'all free.
Oh, yeah, that
So,
makes sense.
so it's like, oh, all of your whole group is stuck too. So it's like you and the rat tree are stuck here, but yeah, everybody else can go. You
Hmm.
good? So I don't know. He's gonna be an asshole. We all know that, but I just like if I see this finesse, bro. This is some Ocean's 11's type shit. That's how I feel with this finesse, where it like starts and you're just like, huh? And then they start breaking down the plan piece by piece and how these words meant way more than you thought they did. Like,
Hmm.
them niggas thought about it. I just don't know how it's gonna work.
Hmm. Snap. Trying to think. What would... Yeah, that's fuck. That's tough. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to make theories in my head right now, but none makes sense to like the grandiose of like what I feel like is still gonna happen,
All right.
you know? So I mean, like judging by, like how this is all playing out, Emma somehow has to like outwit this demon, right? I mean, like that in the end, that has to happen, or else like humans will still forever be under the demon's thumb. So
Uh-huh.
somehow this wish is like, I mean, this wish has to be the key, but it looks too bland. It's like, what
All
the fuck? Like,
Hmm.
unless, like, the only thing that would make sense then is that well, not technically, but theoretically, what if this request is bland and they actually worded it like this, so whatever the demon wishes for is actually what they want. You know what I mean? Like this isn't the real promise, or this isn't like the real goal,
right.
but it's what the demon is about to grant them, not grant them, what the demon is going to request from them that actually works in their favor.
Right. But I mean, they also said the promise could never be broken, right, or some shit like that when the
Right.
Hmm.
fairy fled. So it's like even her asking for this, he should have said no, but he said yes, which also confuses me because I was like, this technically breaks the fucking promise. Like, she asked for you to close a portal that you were promised to open. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
but technically that's wait, hold on. I'm trying to go back to what like the original promise literally was. Yeah, because technically the only request was you wish to divide the world into two. That
Mhm.
wish isn't being broken by this new request, technically, right? I mean, there's still two worlds. They're just saying the humans all go to one, and then transportation between the two worlds ceases. But the two worlds still exist. So it's not like that initial promise is being broken, minus the meat itself. That's
Yeah.
the only thing that they would have to probably consider. Is that like the actual human meat, right? From his request.
Mm.
But like the promise is, I'm trying to see. This where it gets effing tricky as balls. Fuck. Ah. Like he says he wants meat better than you or the king will have.
Mhm. Who is this Elvic guy? Did we meet him before? I forgot.
I don't
Isn't
Felt
he
think
like we
so.
did.
one of the lords? Right? Wait. Yeah, isn't this like the lord that was talking in the last chapter about the reward?
Oh,
Um,
I guess.
It could be. They all look weird.
Yeah. Oh, but see this. So basically, if they go over there and this fucks up the peace between worlds, then the promise is broken. Yeah. You'll be responsible to ensure that neither side ever breaks the promise you and the king made. Huh? Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. I guess there's some finesse there.
Well, so here's my thing though. If either one of the promises, whether the Ratry guy or Iverk, or however you pronounce his name,
Yeah.
if either of those guys broke their promise, doesn't that
Yeah.
mean
So
that
right.
the wish should be nullified and that will suddenly be one world again? Is that not how it works?
I don't know what it word. That nigga is a fucking chaotic god. Like niggas don't know. I don't know what this nigga's gonna do, bro.
Because he can't just suddenly go back and kill a Ratry. That nigga is long dead now.
Yeah, and that's the part that confused me because it was like, oh yeah, whatever he asks, you have to say yes to. Which I'm like, sure, fine, you're making a deal with him. But like, if you say no, what the fuck happens? Like he kills you? Like that's
That's
not a
what
big.
I'm guessing.
In a grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a punishment. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
okay, you just went up there, you failed at the wish, bye, you dead. Like, I don't know, bro. This god is fucking confusing. I don't know what he ate. I don't know who he ate. I don't know how he became this fucking powerful. But this dude is creepy as hell. That's all I can say. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's just a dick. That's
yeah,
what I'm getting
Facts.
from him.
he's pretty much just an overpowered, smart child in a way. Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know, man.
At least he
Maybe he
looks like a
wants
child,
to
but yeah.
Huh?
At least he looks like a child. It could just be the image that he prefers.
like, and then with the whole Peter Pan background, I'm like, this doesn't really help me either because I don't know. It just seems inspired by Peter Pan. Like this, I don't think this is in the Peter Pan story at all. So I don't even have like a reference point to go, oh, he's like this character, so maybe he's trying to do this thing. It's like I don't know who the fuck this guy is. There wasn't
Yeah, I
no
was trying to see.
God.
I was trying to see how the title played into this because Promised Neverland, and I was listening to y'all while y'all were chatting. Y'all kept on saying promise, 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 and I'm just like, how does the actual name of the story of this manga play into it?
Right.
But fuck. All right, we're gonna see.
Hmm.
The human world probably trash. That's probably the joke. They gonna go to the human world. Shit, probably already like destroyed. Like the humans already destroyed themselves and shit.
Yep.
And then he just closes the door behind him. Bye.
Here's what I was thinking. I was
Oh,
thinking, what if, because you know how Ratchery was saying that he wanted to bring his squad and just leave all of the criminals and all their shit behind to be
right.
the captain. I'm just wondering, what if all of the criminals were the ones that went over to the human world and they were just over there just destroying everything, like fuck this shit. They were all killing each other, raping each other, and all this other chaotic shit. and they're the ones who were breeding with each other for all of these years, creating more chaotic children.
And
And it's just a fucking Mad Max planet.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna make me rate this any higher, but I'm definitely interested in reading the next chapter. I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean,
It's been a long time since I felt very curious about the following chapter and
right.
this manga.
Right. Y'all ready to rate it?
Yep.
Yeah,
I would probably give this a decent plus, like with a Toriko minus on the hype. Like I'm very interested in reading the next chapter, but like the chapter itself, uh, was like okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was basically going to say decent as hell minus, just because it's making us think deeply, like it did when we first started reading it.
All
Like we're
right.
sitting here like, what the fuck are they about to throw at us? It's not. They're not. I guess the mangaka is not trying to simply give us the typical shonen story anymore. He's actually trying to, get into our heads again.
Yeah. Hopefully it works this time. No goofy shit happens. Like
Right? She just pulls out an arrow and shoots the dude in the face. I'm like, yep, I quit.
right. Awesome Lewis shit. Like, come on, bro.
and
Lewis is killing hella humans.
Don't bring up Lewis because that nigga definitely shouldn't have got killed by a bunch of kids
I'm
after
telling
seeing all the shit he
niggas was
did in
trying,
the past.
niggas was trying to cover for him on the whatever the Instagram because I posted that picture of him and I said, oh, see how raw this nigga was? Little did we know, like hundreds of years later, he would get dropped by some 12-year-olds. So I'm like, and people are like, oh well, he was older, dude. I'm like, no, that's no excuse. This nigga
Nigga.
was keeping his skills sharps on purpose. He was like out here hunting every day because he wanted to like get that adrenaline and that drive. Don't give me that old shit. Like he was just shitty. Like he shouldn't have got dropped by 12-year-olds. Like plot armor, fuck that nigga
Yep.
over. I guess. Like at least if they fake killed him, that would have been one thing. But I think they actually killed him. Like he's dead,
Yep.
right?
nah, he gone, dude. He did.
Yeah. So they actually killed this nigga. He was fighting grown men.
He took out a whole squad of grown men by
Yeah.
himself without
Some
breaking a
kids
sweat.
with fake guns, basically. They had to modify those fake guns to actually work on these niggas. Dropped them. Come on. Shame, Lewis. It's a shame.
And yeah, I'm gonna give this a decent plus. Also, it's I'm curious. Like they're right now, Promised Neverland's going back into like these like hardcore strats. Not sure what's gonna happen next chapter, kind of vibe, and I'm feeling it. I'm getting a little nostalgic. That's what's up.
All right. Bet. Okay.